So, do you think this race is... Just the way they're sliding, I already know this is... Hang on, I'm sorry, there's something wrong. Well, everyone, welcome here for our final round of the Verizon INDYCAR Series. We are coming to you live from Queensland, Australia for the Grand Prix of Scotty Mac here at the very famous Surfers Paradise Street Circuit. So let's get the elephant in the room addressed right now. It is absolutely pouring down rain. It is not really a sunsplash day out here. It is just absolutely pouring, and the track conditions are extremely wet. So this obviously is a complete game changer in what we are going to be seeing here today. So, Max, I am going to ask you a little question. Do you think it is the right call to be having this race in the rain? Now, for a little before you answer that, obviously we had that very dreadful race in 2002 at Surfers Paradise where it was pouring down rain, where there was a big crash on the first lap and many drivers were injured. So, do you think it was a good call having this race here in the rain, or could we potentially see another 2002 Surfers Paradise type situation?
I mean, I'd say there's a lot of questions going into this, but the rain is definitely playing a hand in the outcome of this race because these models here have never ran at Surfers Paradise. The prior models to these were the 2003 models. They stopped coming in 2008, but they've returned here in 2015. So these are definitely a start. So, and for the rain, I am not sure about. Visibility will be pretty low here. We do have rain lights, and we do have rain tires. But honestly, it's really just a roll the dice on this one. I'm not sure what the outcome of this race will be. There's some drivers here, though, who I'm sure will have mixed feelings about this race. I have a feeling some of them want to get this over with, and some of them are determined to try and win their first race or their last. So we'll see here.
All right, thank you. So right now, Michael Andretti is not happy with this. As I mentioned earlier, the 2002 race, Michael Andretti still to this day believes that he had actually won that race, but due to a scoring error, he was not awarded the win at that race. Instead, it was awarded to Mario Dominguez, who had his first career win there in 2002. So I feel like that whole incident has kind of just left a bitter taste in his mouth. He still believes that he should have won this race. And right now, he is currently speaking to Brian Barnhart. He does not want the cars to go green in this weather, but I think Brian is pretty set on this race happening in the rain. So we could definitely see some really nasty crashes here. But to recap, last weekend at Mazda Raceway, Agent has successfully clinched the championship, and he is your 2015 Verizon IndyCar Series champion, with Fearless unfortunately finishing second and not first.
Indeed so. I will say, though, about the actual track itself, there has been a few modifications to it, specifically the chicane, I believe, right after the start-finish line. That has been removed. There is really no chicane there at all. So these cars are going to have a lot of speed going down into turn 1, which is definitely one of the hardest corners to navigate at this track. And I imagine with the amount of speed that these cars have compared to the other types of cars that have raced on this track, that we could see a lot of calamity there. So keep an eye out.
You are correct. As I did mean to mention that, and obviously Max just mentioned that, all the chicanes have been removed, which are typically a staple here in the Surfers Paradise track. Due to concerns during practice sessions, drivers were, for some reason, there were issues with the chicanes, and I guess going through them was causing excessive tire wear somehow, which was just absolutely shredding the tires. So as a response, the IndyCar series removed the chicane. But right now, it is 5:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are watching some on-track practices. One person I am particularly looking out for is Carter. Now, Carter, obviously in that number 26 Andretti TV machine, he is just wanting to have a career. He's been out for a few races, and right now I believe he was close to having his license revoked. So right now he just wants to prove himself. Obviously, Michael Andretti, I think he will not be renewing Carter's contract next season. So I think today is just the day that he just wants to prove himself.
Vort, I'm just going to point out right now that there is a 3-car battle during practice here. Anthony and Napa have been getting into each other a few times. I wouldn't suggest damaging your cars during practice. You want to save your fast cars for the actual race. So just a lot of aggression in practice. I'm not sure if that'll translate over to the actual race.
Yeah, as you see Anthony right now diving down into turn 1. Anthony has not had a great season so far, obviously coming off of a really nasty crash at Mazda Raceway. Anthony Anderson also competed today in the very, very disastrous Aaron's IndyCar Series Watkins Glen race. So today I don't think his day really started off too well, but I hope today that his race will turn around here at Surfers Paradise, as there's some contact there heading out of the back straight.
Napa mistimed a corner and rebounded right into the other side of the track wall. That was pretty hard right there. And Napa is just launched over the track hurdles. That was not good.
And he has just been warned by Brian Barnhart to hold your line and start driving correctly. So definitely not what you want to see early on here in this race. If I am being entirely honest, I do not necessarily think we should be running this race here in the current conditions we are. I mean, obviously, there's an exception to running a race in light rain, but as we see, this is not light rain. And last time we held a race here in the pouring rain, it resulted in 2 drivers getting seriously injured right at the start. So I honestly, if I were to be honest, I think this is not a good move to go green here in these conditions.
Oh my goodness, what happened to Anthony? He is just totaled
huge crash. Huge crash into the tire wall.
That was pretty rough. Looks like he had just completely lost the left rear on that car. Of course, he's going to have to respawn that car. Dimtrios is sitting by himself on turn 1. I'm not sure if he spun out or was just waiting to join in with another car, but that was pretty interesting what he was doing there. Ford is sitting by himself. Ford's got some speed. I remember when I was at the Iowa race, he was pretty fast and almost won. And I'm pretty sure he already has a victory this season. And I'm thinking he just wants to run out this season with just a good finish or maybe even one more victory. Like a lot of these drivers. It's like I said before, some of these drivers, they're determined to round out the season with a bang. But of course, because of the weather, I'm sure for people like Fearless, who came so close to winning the title, they just wanted it to be over with. And Fearless is just riding that turtle curve. It's pretty big. That's a pretty large turtle curve. I imagine there's going to be a pretty bad wreck there. And Napa Boy is just on a rampage or doing something because he blew right by Carter on the corner.
Andretti has not had the best season so far. Same with, I would argue, as Anthony. Right as I was getting ready to say that, Anthony just clobbers the barrier. I would say Penske has probably had the worst season so far out of any of these teams. I do not think they have scored a single victory at all this season. And it's been marred by numerous crashes and driver injuries. So I think Roger Penske just wants to kind of forget this season and look forward to 2016.
I'm not sure if this will be a good race for Anthony. I mean, this is the second car he's totaled now. So he's still going, but that nose cone is certainly not okay. I think that was the blue car, the number 10 of Prix, who had just came around. Yeah, that was... I think, yeah, that was him. Oh, and Anthony is still sitting on turn 1. Okay, he's joining the pack of Carter and Kimi. Carter just went right into the wall.
See right now, Fearless coming into pit road. He is sponsored by, today he's driving in that very interesting Florida-Georgia line and Thomas Rhett powered Chevy. So I think that's actually pretty cool. See, Carter and Kimi are currently battling it out.
Oh!
Ooh, what happened?
There was a problem for Anthony. Unlike Kimi and Carter, I think Anthony just messed up that corner there. He doesn't have any damage, but a pretty unfortunate scene for him, as he is far behind those two cars of Kimi and Carter.
And as we check the Doppler radar right now, or the weather radar, excuse me, it's going to continue pouring for maybe the next hour and 30 minutes. There's not any lightning in the area, however, as if there was lightning, this race would actually be red flagged. But It's just going to continue torrential downpour, with a torrential downpour for, I'd say, the next hour and 30 minutes. So we could probably see this entire race maybe run under wet conditions.
Well, how about that?
As you see, Carter was just warned by race control to stop making contact with the wall as he proceeds to go right over into the grass section right there, heading onto the front straight.
I'm sure for a lot of fans here in the grandstands, this is not how they wanted to be watching the race in what is quite possibly a beautiful place with a lot of great weather. It's usually sunny here, but man, you can't help but feel bad for them.
Exactly, considering also this is probably, I do not believe Surfers Paradise will be on the 2016 calendar. It was recently just released. But not to fear, however, a fan favorite track has returned. Twin Ring Motegi will be as a matter of fact, returning to the 2016 schedule. So that is definitely something a lot of fans are excited to see. It will not be the road course. Obviously, the last time Indy cars visited Motegi was in 2011, but had to run the road course due to the tragic 2011 Japanese earthquake. So this might be the last time we see Surfers Paradise on the calendar for a while, which is very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. I guess that means that this race will be a once in a lifetime for a lot of these drivers. But yeah, it's a very interesting track though. Oh, and Kimi, he just hit the wall on turn 1, the inside wall. I think he was stuck on the turtle curb right there, and Carter just slammed into the back of him. That was strange. There's currently 6.5 minutes left of practice, and as of right now, I'm not sure who has the fastest time.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah. We'll have to check on that in a moment.
This track, though, has for years been asked to return to the IndyCar series. Obviously, it was a very big fan favorite back in the Champ Car World Series days. Out of all the really maybe considerably bad street courses Champ Car ran, such as Miami and Denver and others, this was one of the few that was actually considered good. So obviously fans were really excited when it was announced that this would return, but this is definitely not how they wanted it to play out. But you can't control the weather, you know?
Yep. I will say, while I am currently looking over the spreadsheet for the fastest recorded times in practice, Vort, why don't you give a season recap of the season so far? It's been a pretty eventful, I'd say.
Very eventful. Obviously, this season was dominated by, I'd say, 2 drivers. Fearless and Agent have been the 2 most dominant cars throughout this season. Kimi, who was obviously 3rd in the standings, was probably, I'd say, one of the most, if not the most consistent driver without even getting more than 2 wins. Obviously, he got only 1 win this season at Fontana through a technicality, but he is definitely looking forward to next season. See, this, as I also mentioned earlier, this has not been Roger Penske's season. He has not scored a single win at all this season and has been marred by numerous driver injuries and vicious crashes during races. So I think what Roger is just wanting to see behind him and look forward. Let's see. Last race, we had a lot of chaos at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, with Agent being knocked out of the race, but was thankfully able to hang on to his championship hopes and clinched.
All right. Well, I've looked over the spreadsheet, and right now in practice, Kimi has the fastest lap time with a 1 minute and 9.4 second lap. Pretty good by him. Fearless sits very close behind with a 1 minute and 9.5 second lap. And then from 3rd onward, it's mostly in the 1 minute and 10 second bubble, from 1 minute and 10 seconds to 1 minute and 14. Ford is sitting 3rd with a 1 minute and 10.7 second lap. Napa is 4th with a 1 minute and 11.1 second lap. Lots of ones across the board. Zed also has a 1 minute and 11.5 second lap. Dimitrios and Anthony both have 1 minute and 13 second laps. And Bruh and Carter both have 1 minute and 14-second laps.
Obviously, Brian Barnhart is expressing some frustration towards drivers' reckless actions here out on the track, but so I do not know what is happening, but Zed is stuck on one of the footbridges on the back straight. I have no idea what he is doing there, but we are going to just ignore that. But that is very, very bizarre, as he has just reset. I do not think Bubble is going to appreciate his little practical joke there. Meanwhile, on track, we are looking at Prime. Prime's contract with Chip Ganassi is honestly being questioned, as he has not had a very good season so far.
Indeed so.
Yeah, has not had a good season and is also struggling to find sponsorship for next season. So it is a big question of whether or not he's even going to continue with Chip Ganassi Racing next season, as I believe Chip is looking to reduce his field sizes.
Yeah, and right now, Ford is sitting in his garage. Anthony's trying to squeeze in there. I think Ford's probably making some last-minute repairs and changes to his car before the race starts. We have less than a minute left of practice, so drivers are going to be scrambling to try and get in that last lap with just 33 seconds left in practice. I also think that will conclude the pre-race show on Double's Speedworld here on C Sports.
I believe so. Thank you for watching. Obviously, if you want to see more content, go to the C Sports YouTube page, which obviously will have all our coverage of the Verizon IndyCar series. So if you want to stay updated, please check that out. We will also be covering other NASCAR events as they occur. But right now, red flag has been called, practice is over, so drivers will be going to their pits. But stay with us, you will not miss a moment here at Surfers Paradise. You see right now, Timmy is getting ready to make his way back to pit road. So right now, everyone is on pit road, making last-minute adjustments before we go green here in the rain at Queensland, Australia. But don't go anywhere. C Broadcasting Group will return after this for our Grand Prix, for the Verizon IndyCar Series Grand Prix of Scotty Mac. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Pivot on the outside.
Yeah! Oh my god. Oh, there we go.
Here it goes.
And Asia immediately makes it up. Wow, through that little section.
After last week's racing under the California sun, we have traveled coast to coast to the tropical Queensland beaches of Surfers Paradise, Australia. Welcome to the Verizon INDYCAR Series finale, the Grand Prix of Scotty Mac. We're your hosts, the real Max Danger and Vort. The sandy beaches, luxury high-rise hotels, and perfect coastal weather of Surfers Paradise is every vacationer's dream. This destination couldn't be a better place to host the series finale. Our one problem, however, is that it's currently raining and the clouds aren't parting anytime soon. Now, Vort, with the series champion locked up early, this race is going to be a war between drivers who want to get that first or final victory to round out this fantastic season. What are your thoughts on the outcome of this big event?
Well, Max, I believe this could go in two directions. This could either be probably the greatest wet weather race we have ever seen, or this could become an absolute disaster with these very slick conditions. Now, I have already cited it before. We have raced here at Surfers Paradise in the pouring down rain before in 2002, which, as we know, was a complete disaster with a very bad start, multiple drivers flipping, and driver injuries. So I do, in fact, have concerns about the safety of racing in these conditions because, this isn't just sprinkles. This is heavy torrential downpouring. So it has concerns, but I am excited to see how this plays out as the yellow flag is out and drivers are now making their way off pit road. So through the pit lane. So our top three, actually, what am I doing? So should we start off with grid orders? I believe so.
Yes, we should. Ford was the fastest out of qualifying. He's been pretty fast for quite a bit of the season, and right now he's off to a good start by winning the pole here at Surfers Paradise. Just behind him, though, was the runner-up to the championship, Fearless, who's won quite a bit of races and nearly locked up the championship in a close battle. The previous race just came up short. I'm excited to see what he has up his sleeve for the final race of the season.
And then behind him is Kimi Saavedra driving that really eye-catching Battlefield 4 Target Chip Ganassi machine. Kimi has not had the best season at all this year. Obviously, he was very consistent, but only managed to get just a single win based off of a technicality. I believe today, just getting a win could actually satisfy him, which he has a pretty good chance of. And behind him is Anthony in that number 22 Verizon Penske machine. He has not had a very good season at all, coming off of injuries. And earlier today, he participated in a very disastrous AIS race at Watkins Glen International. So today, a podium victory, simply a podium, could actually make him pretty happy.
Yeah, and just behind Anthony is Dimitrios. Now, the last time I was in this booth, Dimitrios did not have a stellar race. It's also been kind of a mixed bag for him. Maybe not on the scale of Anthony, but he's had his ups and downs for sure. And next behind him is Napa Boy. Napa he definitely had an interesting pre-race show. He was kind of getting into everybody and running the corners pretty aggressively. So I'd say keep an eye on him. But right now he's gonna have to start in the back, so it'll be a war of attrition for him.
And behind Napa is Prime in that number 10 NTT data machine. His future here at Chip Ganassi is in question, as I do not know if Chip is going to renew his contract for next season. He has also struggled to find permanent sponsorship for next season, as right now he is in the back of the field. He has not had a very good season at all, but he is looking to turn that around today. And then finally, I believe finally at least, is Carter in that 26 Andretti TV machine. He has also not had a very good season. Multiple times throughout the season, he almost had his license revoked. So right now, I believe the best thing for him is he just desperately needs a podium. He needs good results more than anything. But we don't know what the future holds. So it's heading down the back straightaway. Still downpouring. As also, just to give you a little update on the radar, rain is going to continue for maybe the next hour. There is no lightning in the area, however, so we obviously, if there was lightning or of even more severe weather threat, we would have to call a red flag and halt the race. But there is no lightning in the area, so I guess that just means we can go ahead. But
all right. Coming down the main front stretch, we are about to go green for the last time this season. And they are lining up double file
here as they head onto the front straight, waiting for that word, and see if he likes it. And we are green here at Surfers Paradise INDYCAR style. The Grand Prix of Scotty Mac is underway.
Ford gonna try and clear Fearless. They're about 3 wide there in the first corner. We'll see how that goes, as there is a jam up in the first corner, and I think Dimitrios is stuck on the turtle curb. That's going to be trouble for him. Yeah, he is stuck. 2 of his wheels, both of his left side tires are stuck on top of the turtle curb, and he cannot get his car going. We have a caution on the first lap.
Absolute disaster for Dimitrios. This is not at all what he wanted to see today. I can't help but feel sorry for him. This has just not been his season whatsoever.
Yep. I've said he's had his ups and downs, and right now he's currently on his downs as his car just came to a complete stop and he could not get his car going. And he is still stuck. The problem with these turtle curbs is that once you get over them, you're basically trapped there because there's a little bit of an indent on there. So if you're going slow on that curb and you get over that little bump, it's game over for you.
Yeah. Right now, though, we are just crossing the line. Fearless is actually our leader. So, followed by Ford and Kimmy to round out Sabadra to round out your top three.
I'm pretty sure it's double file for every restart. Meaning that we're gonna be having some problems here on the first corner if this is how we start on the first lap of the race.
Have we received any word of green this time? Excuse me.
I don't think we have.
I would assume
trying to
it's
catch
going to be
back
green this time.
It might be.
But
we obviously don't have any takers on pit road, I'm imagining. Or assuming, I mean.
I would
Because
not think so.
we just started this race. Alright. We're going to stay under caution so the track workers can make adjustments to the curbs on the first corner so we won't have any issues like we just had with Dimtrios. But Dimtrios is fine though. He didn't take any damage or lose any wheels when he got stuck. But he will have to start all the way in the back.
Definitely not what he wanted today. So we are staying under yellow for a bit, with just confirmation from race control it is good. So we might actually go green this time. Actually, we will not. Pits are open, however.
Let's see here. We didn't even complete a full lap. So I am not sure if we're going to have any takers here. But I'll be surprised if someone actually comes down pit road. And we have some takers. How about that? And bruh just faked out. The leader did not go down pit road, but Ford, who got the pole, is going to come down pit road. I'm not sure what his strategy was. We didn't even complete a lap under green yet.
As Napa Boy has some issues on pit road right there.
Off of pit road, Ford will be first. Carter in a drag race with Anthony will get second. Got a little nudge there by Anthony. And then Dimtrios and Napa followed behind.
Napa is another driver who is also, whose future here is at question. He has very much struggled to find sponsorship. The car he is running today is paid out of pretty much Michael Andretti's pocket. Today he was supposed to be running a bright Royal Crown Cola livery, but apparently they pulled out at the last second. So his future here is definitely in question due to sponsorship reasons, and also he has not had the best season so far, but I bet he hopes today he can turn that around, and I am also hoping that for him.
Yeah.
But that was a disastrous pit stop for him.
Just when he thought he had sponsorship locked up, it all went sideways.
But hopefully you'll be able to get some for next season.
All right.
Anyways.
I think it's green next time. So
Think so.
I'd imagine it will be. Oh, it is green this time. Oh, and Anthony had a problem on one corner, I believe. I'm pretty sure that was turn 6 or 7.
See if he likes it. Everyone is stacked up double file. And we are back green here again at Surfer's Paradise.
And Dim Trails forces it 3 wide. Kimmy out to the lead now. Ford, side by side. As
Remember,
going
they're
into the first corner.
See if they make it through. Oh, big crack.
Dim
Oh,
Trails.
Makes it through. Barely,
3
though.
wide. 3 by 3. Down the straightaway.
Remember, there are no chicanes here on the front or back straight, so this is going to be a very, very fast race for a street course.
Kind of funny how they were 3 by 3 coming off of turn 3. Napa boy.
And there's
trying to get up to Ford. He made a little bit of contact with Kimmy. Kimmy will fall back through turns 6 and 7. Oh, and Kimmy hits the wall.
Anthony is stalled.
There's a problem with Anthony. Anthony is also stuck. He's trying to get it going, and he gets it going.
So
Anthony will fall way to the back.
I don't think that will be a yellow, but that's definitely not at all what you wanted to see.
Fearless and Dim Trios. The yellow and red cars side by side. Dim Trails will clear Fearless through the first corner again. Ford looking pretty fast. Fearless is going to rebound off of Dim Trails to try and gain some momentum there.
And
there is a caution on the track.
Prime, I think.
Oh, and Bro has lost the right rear.
Prime is hit the wall.
Yeah, that was Prime.
So it is lap 5, and we have already had 2 cautions.
Oh, and Anthony, all right.
Had me worried for a
Anthony's
second.
fine. Yeah. Lucky break for Anthony, I gotta say. Well, we've only ran I don't think we've even completed. We've only completed 1 lap under green, I believe.
So this is already shaping up to be a pretty chaotic race.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. Maybe you were right. This could be a huge wreck fest, or just a lot of. It's just going to be a chaotic race, start to finish, I believe, because
2002
we've only completed 1 lap under green, 1 entire lap, and that's it. That's just ridiculous.
Well, you know what they say, history repeats itself, and we are seeing history repeat itself here at Surfer's Paradise.
22 years later.
22 years later, maybe not as chaotic, but definitely pretty bad. But we need to stop being so pessimistic over here in the booth.
Yeah, this could be a great race, but right now, it is just not going that well. Pits are not open green this time.
I think right now they're just wanting to get this caution just out of the way and over with.
Yeah, they want to get some green flag laps in, which I can't blame them. All right. Ford is still the leader. And right now, he is bringing out the speed in that number 83 Novolog Chevy. You could get a victory here in what is going to be the first and last race at Surfer's Paradise. Napa Boy, the sponsorless machine.
Like we said,
Yeah.
like we said earlier, they was supposed to run a very bright and colorful RC Cola livery, but due to some disputes, RC Cola pulled out last second. But he desperately needs the money from this win.
Not just for sponsorship dollars, but if he wants to keep his career, it's all on the line here.
Indeed, it is.
To the final corner. We are going to go back green once again as the field spreads out into double file. Oh, and Agent is here.
So Agent
has joined the race, the champion of the series.
As green flag is back out, beating and banging on the front straight. And like we just said, Agent will be merging the championship. The champ will be merging, excuse me.
3 wide into turn 1. Fearless trying to make a huge pass. Try and get the lead. Ford getting in between, I think that was Anthony and Dimtrails, but Dimtrails right now, he's in 3rd place trying to make his way up to the front. Napa Boy, the new leader. This is where he wants to be. Oh, and some hard contact. They go 3 wide again. Through turns 6 and 7. Fearless will ride a little bit of that hurdle corner, and Anthony will also ride on top of that curb as well. And Ford just goes onto the grass. And so does another car. Who was that?
I do not know. I don't see anything, as Agent is actually out on track right now in his signature number 9 Target livery. Timmy is in the pits.
Oh man, Napa had a slow corner there. I think he just got stuck on the curb or something, and that'll put Dimtrails right behind him, along with Fearless, and Ford is currently 4th place, trying to get back that lead he had early in this race.
Oh, there's some contact. I think they managed to hang on to it, heading down into the McRonald's turn, as there's some contact right there. Fearless now into 2nd place, and Carter now into 3rd. It seems like these guys are just not messing around.
And Fearless stalls. He stalled there. He got stuck on top of that curb. These curbs have been quite an issue lately in this race. But he maintains his 3rd place position. That could have been really bad for the championship runner-up.
As Dimtros is now leading, and this is one of the few times all season he has actually led. So now down into turn 1, Carter looks like he's going to try to send it. Does not get there. Napa Boy has also shuffled way into the back of the pack.
Yeah, he just stalled there because he was just squeezed in there by everybody else who was trying to get as close to the inside wall as they could. Dimtrails is currently the leader with Carter right behind him. Fearless and Ford, they sit 3rd and 4th through turns 6 and 7. Again, the McRonald's corner. Fearless on top of the wall. Curb.
He has damage. Yellow is out for the 3rd time. Huge.
Yeah, that was Dimtrails, our leader. I think he lost his left rear.
Lost it, so that will bring out the caution on lap 9, our 3rd caution. As he spawns right in front of Anthony. That's unacceptable right there.
Bad luck for Anthony.
No, that's unacceptable on Dimitros's part. You cannot do that. But
man, Turn
We
6
are
and
on.
7, that's I feel like those are going to be the calamity corners right here.
Definitely the danger zones. We are on lap 10 of 69, and we've already got 3 cautions, so...
We've ran more laps under caution than we have under green still.
So,
this is going really sideways. Agent, this is going to be his big break. He didn't show up to practice, so it'll be interesting what he does here this race.
it'll be very interesting to see how he performs, correct?
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, he is the champion. He could make his way up to the front. Right now, Fearless is the leader and the championship runner-up to Agent. Over the radio, I'm hearing Agent is showing a little bit of frustration for no pit cycle.
So,
looks like Agent's going to have to catch up to the field without pitting.
Definitely not what he wanted to see. Lap 10 of 69 here in Queensland, Australia, at the Surfers Paradise Street Circuit. This is our 3rd caution so far. But rain does not look like it's going to be leaving anytime soon.
Nope. The field is sprayed down into double file again. And we are green once again here in the Grand Prix of Scotty Mac. Fearless trying to pull out to the front over Ford. He'll try and clear him. Fearless holding off 2 lanes of traffic. There's 3 wide in the back, 4 wide almost. As Agent diving to the inside, he gets squeezed in by Kimmy, and Agent will fall to the back as Ford is pulling out to the front, trying to clear Fearless, as coming down into turn 5. We used to have a turn 4 where that section was that they just drove past, and Dim just gets pushed into the wall. They are 3 wide.
3 wide there in the back. Did you see they make their way through the McDonald's turn? Through the McDonald's corner now into the DHL corner.
And Dim.
Oh, and
Timmy gets loose.
Prime is stalled.
Oh.
Prime is now stuck. Is that going to be a yellow?
Yeah. He's going to try and make his way out. He's trying. One of the officials are trying to give him a push, and he gets unstuck.
Now he's just not going.
What is going on?
I don't know. I think he might have stalled.
His car is stalled. Be a yellow. He can't. He's going to try and respawn his car.
He needs to hurry up because they're coming.
Yep.
Makes it out of there.
I think they are driving down past the remains of turn 4 into turn 5. And it looks like Prime is out of the way. The top 3 have pulled away from the rest of the pack.
Ford has definitely pulled away from the top 3, or the other 3 behind him, excuse me. So we could potentially see a big domination race here today.
Yep.
As
Agent has been given a warning for corner cutting.
Not what he needed to see whatsoever. So right now,
We are getting our first multiple green flag laps in. So we are on the right track. And right now, Ford has just pulled away from Fearless. All right, and right now Carter is still in third. Agent has moved his way up to fourth, the series champion, and right now he's on Carter's tail. Dimitrios and Kimi, they are side by side almost. Kimi's going to try and get around Dimitrios for that fifth spot. Agent rides on top of the curb again, so does Dimitrios. Nearly pushes Kimi right into the outside wall.
Finally, we are starting to see some green flag laps here, but this race I feel like is purely going to come down to strategy. So you see Fearless looking to close in on Ford as they head down into turn one. Carter following behind an Agent who has made his way all the way up from dead last and now into fourth.
Napa pushed Kimi into the outside wall off of turn one. And that'll slow Napa down a little bit. Dimitrios will be able to clear him.
And now Napa with a warning.
Through turns 6 and 7, the McRonald's corner. Oh, and Fearless! He has lost a left rear.
That'll bring out another yellow.
And that'll give him a respawn. Went over the corner and totaled his car. Caution again. I am not sure how many cautions we have already. Like 5, 6. We've only completed about 14 laps, and yet I feel like at this point, if we had stayed green, we'd be on like lap 26 or 7 maybe.
And we just received word Carter will be retiring due to an engine failure.
Man, our first DNF of the day. Seems like the pattern for crashes at this track is just turn 6 and 7. That's been the calamity corner, but not in the dramatic way. Just riding the curb and, you know, losing a left rear from hitting the wall so much. It's kind of strange how many drivers have been affected by doing the same thing, riding the curb and losing a left rear.
We apologize to the fans here who are watching this live today. This is definitely not really what they wanted to see.
Yeah, no, I said already that I feel kind of bad for the fans, but this is just not making things better in the poor weather.
I was talking about the fans here in person. This race can obviously get a lot better. I'm not saying that this has been an awful race yet. It can still get better. I'm still hopeful, and I'm still very confident that it will actually be a good race. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't think sitting out in the pouring rain is definitely the best experience, you know?
And yeah, you can tell there's not a lot of them here. And I mean, I guess they could just, you know, sit and watch from the rooftops of these condos that surround the track, or somewhere inside, nice and cozy, but even so, visibility's pretty low because of the weather.
But we do have to give credit where it's due, though. This is an absolute beautiful place to host a race. This town is beautiful. I mean, but it gets its name Surfer's Paradise because it's paradise and it's known for having a lot of surfing. But in this weather, I don't think so.
It has some really nice beaches. It's definitely a really nice place to retreat. And right now, pit session is going. Everyone is coming through to take some fresh tires. and Ford is into his stall. Fearless is in the back. He made his stop, and Fearless will come out of his pit first, and then Prime second. And Ford, well, he'll come out on top.
Lap 16 of 69 here in Queensland, Australia.
Yeah, this race is taking a little longer than expected, and kind of for the wrong reasons. But we thank you, loyal viewers, for staying tuned, and we hope that you're still having a good time with us.
Indeed. We do thank you all for being loyal. This is obviously my first season commentating for the series, and I believe I will be returning next season for 2016, so I won't be going anywhere, and I'm excited to commentate for next season.
I just wanted to say this could be my last season and last time commentating up in the booth. If this is the last time, thanks for having me around, guys. I appreciate it. But right now, back to the main race. Ford, he's been good. He won he got the pole in qualifying, and once again, he's back out to the front. He's got the speed on these road courses, so gotta commend him for that. I apologize for it. What were you saying before?
Oh, it's all good. Well, there's two things I want to bring up, as Anthony completely cuts that curb right there. But one thing that the oval tracks do not have is there is a timer in place. I forget how long it is set for, and I forget what it is at right now, but after a certain time period, it will just be, the race will be called, just to prevent this from taking too long. Also, too, as we are getting ready to go back green, Bubble has just now stated wall tap cautions are going to be seen as causing of incident, which will be resulting in a drive-through penalty. As we are going green here for, I believe, the fourth time at Surfers Paradise.
Ford out to the front once again. Dimitrios actually showing a little bit of speed here, but turn one could mix it up a little bit, as they went 4 wide almost, but they did go 3 wide off that corner, and Kimi has lost his front wing. I think he tried to clear over Dimitrios and just got some damage from it. Agent now, he is slowing down for some reason. I'm not sure what his plan is there.
Oh, and Dimitrios barely clears that curb right there. I think everyone made it out okay. There's no harm, no foul. Into the McDonald's corner. Dimitrios completely clears that curb. It's not going to really sit well with him. In through the final corner. And I think everyone makes it out okay. Now we're on to the front straight. Ford is currently leading us. But Napa is not far behind, and here comes Fearless. Looks like both of them are going to try to clear him. Diving down into turn one. Napa goes on the inside, and he will. So our new leader is, in fact, Napa boy. Oh, and there's debris on the track and huge crash.
Wow, hard hit.
There was debris on the track. I think that was Kimi's wing. They had just hit Kimi's wing, and that is a huge crash right there.
Just took out our leader, Ford. Wow, that was kind of interesting. I've never seen a... Oh, wait, Fearless.
Fearless has DNF'd.
What happened?
I do not know.
Wow.
That is... This is just a very crazy race so far. We are on lap 18, and I think this is our 5th caution.
Yeah, we've had such short green flag stints. I think you might have made the right prediction on this just being a 2002 Surfers Paradise race.
This is
just unbelievable.
Giving Michael Andretti some bad flashbacks in the pits of when he was involved in that terrible first lap crash, and obviously to this day he still believes that he was robbed of a victory here at Surfers Paradise, as race control forced him to pit under yellow despite having enough fuel and tires, and gave the win to Mario Dominguez. So this experience is definitely not what we wanted to see returning here.
Yep. I'm going to look back on what exactly just happened there. Man, that was truly a debris caution right there. It just messed everything up for Ford, who was the leader.
Also, I am not sure what is happening, but okay, no, he just had to rejoin. Bubble
Right.
left for a second. I thought he was just abandoning the race.
Oh, man. Looks like Ford's car just launched over the wing right there and just swerved into Fearless. Yeah. His right front made contact with Kimi's front wing and took out Fearless because he had already taken damage before on turns 6 and 7. So Fearless was just in a bad place at a bad time. And it also costed Ford as well.
We have just received word from Brian Barnhart in the booth. If there are 2 more cautions within the next 10 laps, this race will in fact be official. So I think, look at this, they stack up and Agent gets shoved into the wall.
This race is getting chaotic.
Obviously, this is not at all what we ever want to see, but I think the only person who would actually like to see that is maybe Napa. Or excuse me, not Napa, Dimitros is probably the only person who would actually like to see that, as he is leading right now.
As Agent will fake out going into pit road, so will Kimi. I don't think this is how any of the viewers wanted to watch this season end. This has just been really chaotic, and we haven't had a lot of racing. There's been little time to have great racing here, and it's a shame.
This can change, however, so I would not...
Came out of pit road first. You wouldn't what?
I would not, excuse me, sorry, I was thinking. I would not rule out this already being a bad race. We still are. I'm still hopeful that this can turn around and this can become, we could see some great racing. So we are going to go green this time.
I'm sure everyone is hoping here that this race doesn't end very shortly. Because I'm hoping that we go the full distance, even if that seems very unlikely.
Indeed.
Yeah, right now though, I mean, this is up to the drivers. The cards are in their hands. There's a race to win here, but I don't know. I feel like if the drivers could spread out and maybe go a little easier on the corners, we could go the full distance and maybe save all the carnage for later. The problem is that they're just going all out every lap. It seems like there's just some hard racing every single corner, so we'll see here.
Right now, Agent is your leader. It is a Ganassi top 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Me.
1, 2, 3. Yes. Getting ready to go double file right now, but one of their teammates, Fearless, has in fact DNF'd. Let's hope it's not anymore. Stacking up here.
Double file restart again. And we are... Oh, Agent is just... Wow. I was going to say we are green, but Agent waited until
Checkered.
last second to get his car going. There's a scoring error. I'm not sure what that was about.
I think that was a scoring error.
Yeah.
We are waiting till otherwise. But
and Napa gets on his side.
Napa got on his side right there for a second.
No
yep,
caution,
that was a scoring error.
Yeah, neither of those guys took damage.
So no yellow. Right now, Agent,
the new leader,
is leading.
Ford, after getting caught up in a debris caution, is trying to charge his way back to the front. Dimitrios rides that curb again. None of them take damage on turns 6 and 7. And through the final corner, Dimitrios is going to try and get to the inside of Agent, but Agent will hold him off. But Ford with the momentum, he'll take the lead.
Ford takes the lead now, heading onto the front straightaway. And crossing the line, he is now our new leader. Followed by Agent in P2 and Dimitrios in P3. Meanwhile, in the back of the pack, everyone's kind of fanning out now, so it's likely we might not see as many cautions now. Everyone is kind of starting to get into their own little groove and figure things out. Agent and Ford are side by side as Agent looks to retake that lead down the back straightaway.
Agent was the push there. That was a pretty aggressive way to take the lead, but Ford, he might bite back here.
Oh, and Kimmy smacks the wall right there.
Man.
Through the corners.
That's just a tricky corner right there. One car just, I don't know what was that about. I'm not sure what car that was. That just...
And the 17
Oh, there's a pile-up.
Pile-up?
Yeah. There was, on the final corner, they all just, a bunch of cars just got together. But thankfully, we are staying green. So no big incidents just yet. Right now, Agent is still the leader.
Heading down into turn 1. Looks like everyone made it out okay.
That's good.
Now they're heading down the back straightaway. Looks like Agent is beginning to pull off from the rest of the field. So
Ford, he's been pretty fast, but can he challenge the champion of the series for the lead? Dimitrios, and Dimitrios has, I think he's lost the left rear, and that is a caution.
He is out of the race.
Oh, and that's huge damage. He lost his left front as well. And we are just one caution away from the race ending. Turns 6 and 7 have claimed another victim, and Dimitrios is out of this race.
We are now down to just 6 drivers.
Wow.
In the field.
How many green flag laps did we have on this restart?
I think maybe 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
In that range.
So I really,
as pits are open, I feel like Agent out of anyone just wants this race to end.
Yeah.
But nope.
This could be the big battle here. We could see maybe an upset if these drivers race hard enough for that shortened win.
heading down the back straightaway. We can slam the McRonald's corner all we want today, but we do have to applaud Bubble for making the right decision and removing the cones on the back straight. Could you imagine what they would be like in this weather?
Yeah. I just have no comment for this race, really. I can't believe the calamity that we've had here. And you know what? Ford, you are right. This has really been a 2002 race here at Queensland.
No, I wouldn't really go that far. I wouldn't go out of my way to say it was like that. I mean, it definitely is chaotic, and if I'm going to be completely honest, this is just not one of those circuits, no matter how much it's raining, that you can race on in the rain. There's just too tight of corners. It's just not particularly safe. Like, I love this track. I love Surfers Paradise. It has a very great history of racing, but it's just one of the few road or street circuits that can actually be raced on in the rain, as almost everyone's taking it except for Anthony. Actually, no, he takes it, so everyone is taking it out on pit road.
Yep. We're not even past halfway, by the way. Like, we're 10 laps away from reaching the halfway point of this race. And we have had this many cautions. So this is just chaos. It's just loads and loads of chaos.
I would definitely say, though, it is not nearly as bad as the Aaron's IndyCar series race that was hosted at Watkins Glen today. Oh Lord, I want to forget about that. It was not pretty. But
well,
shout out to Kvyat for getting the win there.
I think our longest green flag stint of this race so far has been 4 or 5 laps at least. I want to say 4. I will say this race in this series, they set a new low. It's a little early to say that still. We could make it to the end and have a really great finish, but yeah, looks like Bubble is also getting a little frustrated and is kind of done with this race almost, because he said green this time.
Green this time, guys. Napa is your leader. This is just, I'm still optimistic, but I do not know if this is, like, obviously, as we said, the IndyCar has not renewed their contract with, as I was just getting ready to say, IndyCar has not renewed their contract with the city of Queensland to host this race. So,
the city of Queensland, that's a state.
Or sorry, did I just say city of Queensland? That is my fault. Sorry, the city of Surfers Paradise.
Yep.
To host this, so that is my fault. Next season, the championship will be at Chicagoland. As we are green here again in Surfers
green
Paradise.
In the Grand Prix of Scotty Mac.
I'm a little tired, guys, so you'll have to excuse my slowness. As Napa and Agent are side by side, heading down into turn 1.
Ford went to the outside there. That'll give Kimmy. Oh, and Napa Boy had a little bit of contact with the inside wall. And I'm not sure what these drivers are going to do here. It looks like they're starting to spread out. And that could be the Spartan move to make. But Anthony and Napa, they're still side by side. Agent the leader, praying that one more caution will come out in less than 4 laps to end this race.
I would honestly hate to see that happen, but I know you'd like it.
Anthony.
It's getting dicey.
None of them take damage, so we stay green. Ford, though, he's determined to try and get to the front. Napa and Kimi are making hard contact on the final corner.
Remember, they desperately need wins, so they are willing to fight at any cost just to get one. Ford, however, is starting to build a gap between him and Kimi.
Yeah.
However, there's a bit of a pack there in the back.
Let's see what happens here on the first corner. And they make it around. Kimi was really slow after riding the turtle curb right there. And Agent, he's pulling away. But Ford, though, he's not giving up. Kimi is a little all over the place coming into turn 5.
Here we go.
Turtle bumps. Kimi swerved into Napa there. Kimi's gonna ride the curb. Still no damage.
No damage. I think they're gonna make it out clean, but we'll see here.
Yeah, we're gonna have multiple green flag laps, I think.
Went to a full stop right there. As Napa hits the wall, and that's gonna end it, I think.
Yeah, that might do it.
I think that's gonna end it.
Yeah, Napa has lost his left front. This race might be over.
This might be over. No, it is not.
Bubble is saying no, this is not over.
Well, good on him, but I don't think Agent is going to be too happy about that. It's not what Agent wanted to see, but I am personally happy about that.
Man.
That is caution number 7, I think.
7 cautions, my lord.
Lots of action going on here today.
Well, this definitely helps Ford. He thought it was game over, but it looks like this race is not over. And now he has the chance to take the lead back from Agent just when he was pulling away. And Napa Boy, who has been pretty aggressive all practice, only has, I think, 1 respawn left or none. I'm not sure. I think he only has 1 left.
Pits are open. So we'll see what's happening here. Right now, Agent is out front, followed by Ford and Kimi. It has been it's been like this pretty much all day, but looks like most people aren't. Actually, it's half and half.
The leader's faked out.
It's half and half. 3 are staying out and 3 are going in.
Man.
Right now, let's see what's happening on pit road. Looks like Kimi's going to be the first off pit road. Green this time.
Yeah, we started this race with 9 drivers, and we only have 6 left. Could be 5 with the way things are going for Napa. Anthony will have to start in the back. It's not been a good race for Anthony. I don't think he's really made it up to the front that much compared to the 5 other drivers here.
Well, Anthony knows that he just needs, in his head, he needs to just absolutely lock in, and he needs to, the only place he's going to be driving for is Uber.
Maybe he'll be a waiter at one of these few fancy hotel buildings in Surfer Paradise.
I wouldn't go that far, but I'm not to slam on Anthony. Anthony is obviously a very talented driver.
Yeah, he's a good driver.
Very talented driver. He won the Freedom 100 earlier this year in my league, so I think he's definitely a very talented driver. This has just not been his season.
Roger, if you're watching this, we're sorry.
Right now, though, heading out of the final turn, we are...
Ford's big break.
This is what Ford needed. Ford actually needed this caution as Agent was beginning to pull away. So stacking up 3 rows right here. And we're green again. Some people actually were just sleeping right there on that start.
Yep, not a good restart for Prime or Napa. Ford and Agent are side by side. They are racing the wheels off of these cars. And into the first corner. Here comes Kenny. Kimmy's going to make it 3 wide, and he'll take the lead.
Jimmy takes the lead right
here. Looks like Ford's going to do a crossover there.
Going to be a bit dicey.
Anthony's up to 4th. Can Kimmy steal the show?
Kimmy might be able to steal the show, but remember, we're heading into the most difficult portion of the track. And they make contact.
3 wide. Ford's going to back out.
Smart move on his end.
And Kimmy's going to ride over the curb. He did not fly into the outside wall there. And Ford will take the lead on the final corner. Agent cannot get to him. Ford is going to try and lead this lap. Agent has the draft, though. One thing I forgot to mention is that this race and these cars, they have draft. So there's a reason why some of these cars have managed to catch up to the leaders. Napa is pitting.
Napa down pit road. I think he is serving his drive-through penalty.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not sure if he made a wall pop off of turns 6 and 7. That is pretty interesting, though.
Napa has gotten a penalty, as you see on the back straightaway. Agent looking to close onto Ford right now. Down out of the back straight. Looks like he's gonna
into turn 5, and Kimmy's gonna force it 3 wide again.
This is not the section of the track you want to force it 3 wide. As they're
still 4 wide. 4 wide.
That was just gave all their owners a heart attack right there. So we've seen the damage this track can do. But they all make it out.
Yeah.
And here we all go on the front straight.
I'm having a positive feeling where they're keeping their cars clean, but we've been close we've been close a few times to another caution. So Ford, though, he is. Oh yeah, we're almost having a Ganassi 1, 2, 3 here, and Ford is going to try and clear Agent. He will.
As you see right here, heading down the back straightaway, and looks like Agent's going to attempt to overtake again. Does not get there. About bumps right into Ford. And here right now into the McDonald section. It's going to be tight. I think they make it through. No issue. Oh!
Wow, Anthony. Just cut that corner there. And Kimmy.
Kimmy
and he's on the curb. No, he's not. But that'll slow him down.
And now he's around.
Yeah, now he's around. No damage, though. Prime is...
That's not what he wanted to see.
Around.
Not at all what we wanted to happen.
Kimmy is out of contention for the win for now. And right now...
Anthony is P3.
Yeah, Anthony is up to 3rd place. This could be... I mean, it's a long stretch because obviously the two The two obvious contenders for the win here is Ford and Agent, but Anthony could get his first win on a rainy day here in Surfer's Paradise. Let's, in a different sport, around like 41 years ago, I believe, Bill Elliott, who was running third, got the win on a rainy day in a road course in California. I forgot the name of it, but it was after the top two leaders, Bobby Allison and Tim Richmond, made contact and spun out. So, I mean, it's a far-fetched idea because these are in different cars entirely, but Anthony could do a Bill Elliott here.
Certainly has a possibility. Right now, Ford is beginning to pull away from Agent. This is just generally a track where it's pretty easy to dominate at if you know it well, if you know what you're doing. But looks like Agent is not going to get there. We're starting to see a lot of gaps right now. So certainly we probably see less cautions as this goes on.
Yeah, Ford is in a good spot. He's got all the room he needs to bring out the speed in that number 83 machine. Agent, though, he is right behind him. He's also got plenty of speed in that Ganassi Target car. And Ford, he'll have a good corner right there. Now, the reason why I am saying turns 5, turn 6, and 7 and not turn 4, 5, and 6 is because there is technically a fourth turn here, but I just cannot bring myself to say the changed amount of corners on this racetrack. But anyways, Ford, he's good right now. And this could be our longest green flag stint of the whole race, finally. Which means we might not have to end this race so soon.
It's lap 35 of 69 here. So, I believe, yeah, we are past the halfway point.
We are.
So, if the race wants to be called due to weather or has to be called due to weather, it can be. So, but we are just hoping that does not happen as Agent looks to close in on Ford.
Yep.
Getting closer with every corner.
Oh, and bruh has a huge crash. That was Prime.
Prime.
On turn 4, or where turn 4 used to be. He has lost both front tires. He froze.
And that's going to be the yellow. That leaves us down with just 5 drivers.
Yeah. Prime said his screen froze, and he just full throttled right into that curved wall where turn 4 used to be and annihilated the front of his car. That was a hard hit. So now there are only 5 people left in the race. Unfortunate for Prime. He was running 6th. No, he was running... I think he was running 6th at around the time before he crashed.
It turns out Prime will not be DNF'd. This was not a lag crash. So, that is a thing apparently. Prime will be able to re-enter this race. That crash will not count against him.
Huh, lucky him. Wow, though. That's probably the hardest crash we're gonna have all day.
I did not see it, however, but
I saw it. I was able to catch it right before he hit the wall, because I was checking on other drivers and seeing how they were doing, and I just managed to see it. I didn't clip it, unfortunately, but yeah, it was a pretty rough hit.
What was that? Did you see that message? I did not catch that message.
Under caution for the 8th time today.
Did you catch that message? Bubble had just posted a message stating that there was lightning near the track.
There's lightning near the track.
That's what I caught. I didn't see the entire message.
Well, that's not good for these drivers. Anyways, pit session is complete. And Ford is still our leader.
Green this time, so I guess that will not affect the racing.
I guess not. So we still have 6 drivers left in the race. Prime had a hard hit on the section that we are coming up on right now. Despite the removal of a corner here, the walls have stayed the same. So the door was open for a bad wreck to happen, and Prime happened to be the victim of one.
Very unfortunate for him.
Seems like Ford and Agent, it looks like they can manage to pull away from each other, but just when it seems like either one of them have it locked up in the bag, there's just a caution that comes out every time.
Well, this season might be ending soon, but this does not mean Bubble's Speedworld is over. Obviously, every Friday night there will be a race with NASCAR's Sprint Cup Series using the car of tomorrow. So that is definitely something I would advise all our viewers to check out when they find the time. Every Friday night at around 8 o'clock. Last night they just finished up their race at Bristol, which Spring Guy had won. And we are green here again at Surfer's Paradise.
Agent is about half a car length ahead. Now he's a full car length ahead. He's able to clear Ford in this sardine pack of cars almost. Kimi once again flying down to the bottom. He's going to use that curb to get around, but it will not help.
Looks like Anthony's going to go around. Anthony is going to go around, and it looks like he is going to take that 3rd place position. Meanwhile, up front, Agent dives down into, I think, turn 5.
Yeah, and Ford, he got a good run there going into turns 6 and 7. That one's great. And they all make it around the McDonald's corner just fine. Through turns 8 and 9. Oh, and Agent has stopped. And there's a big crash. Yeah,
big crash.
That's
right
a pile up.
That's going to be a yellow.
Anthony's on top of
That's
Kimi.
a yellow.
None of them took damage. Agent is fine. But he is obviously stuck and he's going to have to respawn his car. But I don't think that'll count against him.
That is caution number 9.
Wow. This is wild.
So we have just received word the race is going to be official. Or at least that's what Bubble says.
I think this is official. And lucky for Ford, he just might get the win here at Surfers Paradise in the final race.
Is that it? We just need a confirmation.
Waiting for the official word.
We will pass it on
to you. I think it is done.
Checkered flag is not out yet, though.
Just yet. We'll see what happens here. I'm not sure what Napa is doing. He's giving up his second spot for some reason. Well, we made it just a little past halfway, but we will end the race with just around 31 laps remaining that will be uncompleted likely.
But we are still waiting for that official word, so as far as what Bubble has said, this race is over, but I do not know if he is actually calling it. But I guess we're going to wait and see. Or the pits are open, so I guess we are not ending it. That's bizarre.
That might be it. Well, I'm still waiting for the checkered flag.
No, but he's opened the pits, so...
Oh, and Ford just hit the wall. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I'm not either. This is just... Ford is going to go to the back.
Okay.
I guess it's still going on. I mean, I definitely don't like that call right there. He did say he's ending it.
It sounded like he was done with the race, but we might not be for some reason. In a strange turn of events, even though we were under caution, we might have a controversial finish because Ford, who was leading at the time of caution, just got a to-the-back penalty, which means Kimi could get the win here, or worse.
We're going green this time.
We're green this time.
I guess instead of answering my question, Bubble chooses to spam emojis.
Well...
It's not over, which sounded like it was, but I guess it is not, so we apologize to all the viewers watching this.
All right. Ford must be very frustrated right now. Just when he thought the race might be over and he'll have another win to his name to end the season, he is now in the back. An agent who got stuck is now right near the front, but will be restarting on the front row.
So Kimi is just hoping that that the Lightning will get here quickly so this race can end. I mean, it may not be the victory he wants, but it's what he needs.
The most popular driver in the series is going to lead the field to the green.
Waiting for it.
Cap off the season. Our weather radar is still saying no thunder or lightning.
Waved off. Or no, that was a very late. Or excuse me, I was looking at the wrong place. I thought that was a late green flag, but
we're green flag again. Is Ford going to try and pull a rabbit out of his hat to try and make a huge pass on the first corner? Here comes Prime.
Looks like they all make it through.
Nearly forcing it 3 wide here. Ford trying to climb his way back to the front. He's now up to the 4th spot. right now. Ford is making contact with Prime. Ford with a great outside move. Agent is making hard contact with Kimi through turn 6 and 7.
Bumps him.
Ford is now up to the front. How did he get through those cars?
Anthony almost with some damage there, but he manages to save it.
I don't understand how Ford did that. In just one lap.
Oh, he contacted damage.
Whoa.
Big crash in the back.
That was Napa. Lost his front wing. Is he going to pit?
No, he isn't.
There's debris on the racetrack, but we stay green.
Stay green.
Ford now back at the front, recovered from his to the back penalty pretty quick.
Debris is clear, so
Debris
no
clear.
caution.
Wow. Kimi and Agent have to be shocked by what Ford is doing right here. He is putting on a master class right now.
You really got to be impressed with this form of driving. Here we go. Touch the curb. I think they're all going to make it through okay.
Oh. Brian, though, had a pretty rough corner. No damage. Oh,
No
and
damage.
Agent and Kimi are making some contact off of turn 9.
So right now, Ford is your leader.
Yep. What a run by him.
That's amazing how he was able to recover from that, from being in last place and getting it to the back. Getting it to the back and being in dead last, he was able to just make that up in a few laps. So you really got to admire that skill.
That's
It
going to
takes
be
a
one of
lot.
the highlights of the season. That is going to be one of the highlights of the season. That's putting a smile on my face. The fact Ford was able to do such a thing on this narrow track. I just can't believe he's pulling away out front just when I thought it was going to be over for him.
Makes his way onto the front straight.
Yeah. Oh,
And I
Prime.
think Prime with some contacts there, but I think they all make it through all right. Napa is still not pitting, so I'm not sure what's happening there.
Agent, though, he's going to try and catch back up. But for now, Ford, he is fine.
See right here. Oh,
Yeah, I just-
Napa into the wall.
Oh, I'd just like to mention that Ford is just outright pulling away from the series champion that was crowned just last week. That is impressive. And he managed to pass him in less than an entire lap.
You really got
That
to
is just
admire it.
unbelievable.
Meanwhile, in the back, Napa has overtaken Prime for that 4th place spot. And here we go out of the final turn. Oh, Prime. Oh, okay, no, it looks like it was a glitch on my screen. He looked like he had damage. Excuse me for that. I thought he had damage, but nope.
It's just Napa who has damage still. And with the debris cleared away, Ford doesn't have to worry this time, because it screwed him over the last time there was a front wing on the track.
So far, not much happening right now, except for there is a battle for the lead. But I think Ford is beginning to gap Agent.
I think Agent's starting to gain on him a little bit. The pressure's slowly mounting here.
come, making their way out of the McDonald's corner. As Napa smacks the wall there, but keeps it going, no damage.
"24 laps to go in the Grand Prix of Scotty Mac here at Surfers Paradise in Australia." An agent who ironically is driving the Scott Dixon car is up to second. You know, I mentioned before this stream began about Scott Dixon and the fact that he was born in Brisbane, which is really, really close to Surfers Paradise. It's kind of interesting, you know, because I guess that kind of makes Agent, you know, the possible hometown hero here, because he's in the Scott Dixon car.
I definitely see what you're thinking right there. So I feel like he definitely might be the favorite to win this, but then again, you got to look at Kimmy as, Napa just completely clears that curb again.
Oh, Anthony is stuck on the curb. Now he's not. We stay green.
Makes it through okay.
The laps are ticking down. Agent, he's still gaining on Ford there. The pressure is really mounting. You can't help but wonder what Ford is thinking right now. He's got the fastest car. He was the fastest in qualifying. It just seems only right that he should win this race. But Agent is thinking no.
Might have something to say about that. But
there's a reason why he's champion.
Quite get him. Just can't quite catch him right now.
Agent is right there on Ford. We'll see what happens in turns 8 and 9 here. Agent with the outside run. He's going to try and clear Ford. He will. Agent will take the lead.
This
22 laps to go.
This probably is our longest green flag run we've had so far.
Absolutely. I was hoping for that long green flag stint, and right now, these drivers are putting on a great show here.
Ford looks to overtake.
What a move. With just a tiny amount of room, he gets that outside momentum.
And Agent close though. Looks like he's gonna try it, and it's gonna be tight. I think he might be able to. Right here is where it's gonna come down to.
Turn 6 and 7.
Nope.
Ford's barely gonna ride the curb. He'll be fine. Oh, he makes contact with Agent.
Huge
that
bump
doesn't
right
kill Ford.
there.
Yeah, that doesn't kill Ford's momentum though. Jimmy is getting a little closer to Agent though. He could take advantage of them. Still no crash in the back. They've been keeping it together, those guys.
Here we go, 21 to go here at the Grand Prix of Scotty Mac.
Man.
Ooh, big bump right there, big shove.
Agent's growing really impatient here.
He's already clinched the championship, but I think he just, at this point, this win is just going to be a statement from him of how dominant he can be.
He wants it.
He can indeed do that.
It's a demonstration for him. Prime just gave a huge shove to Napa in the back. I'm not sure what that was. It was on turn 1. Ford with an easy turn 6 and 7 here. He's definitely got the hang of this track, no doubt about that.
Definitely. I feel like all the drivers have kind of gotten the hang of it right now.
Agent is just there. He's got him. And there's 20 laps to go in the Scotty Mac Grand Prix at Surfers Paradise, Australia.
It appears
this is a big show here.
Our streamer, Gene, is having some issues, so please pardon us.
Yeah, we're having technical difficulties. We'll try and commentate either way, though.
Doesn't really affect us. Agent looks to close right there. Can you get it? Nope.
Yeah.
Oh,
the issues are fixed. Still no crashes in the back. Anthony is really far behind. He's just now entering turn 6 and 7.
Here comes Agent right now.
Yeah. "19 laps to go." Man. What a race. An Agent with a great turn 1 corner. He will make the pass on Ford with a little bit of a gap, too.
Right overtake from Agent right there. Head down the back straightaway. Looks like he's starting to build up a little bit of a gap. Look at the gap between Ford and Kimi.
Yeah, but Ford, though, he's got the momentum. He's got that draft. Is he going to use that speed to get around on turns 5? Here he comes. Right there with Agent. Through turns 6 and 7. Ford trying to clear Agent. Agent bumped the turtle corner right there.
Ford gets back in line behind him.
Through turns 8 and 9. I think Ford is going to try and set up a pass here on the first corner. Kimi is also slowly coming back into the picture again. Agent is pulling away with now just 18 laps to go left in the race.
Down the front straight. Meanwhile, in the back, that battle between Prime and Napa has slowly died.
Agent still the leader. Still with a pretty big gap. Kimi is slowly gaining on Ford. Is Kimi going to challenge Ford or is he going to help him?
If I were Kimi, I'd probably say challenge. Or if it were my pick, I'd say challenge because he needs that win.
Kimi's the teammate, so there could be a little double. There could be a team up here between those two drivers, but Kimi had a slow corner there, so that'll put Ford closer to Agent again. Agent's kind of raising that wall a little bit off of turn 9. I'm not sure what that's about. And now there are just 17 laps to go. Each lap ticking down. It's just really eventful. And into the first corner, is Ford going to use that momentum to make the pass on him? Off of turn 1, he gives Agent a little bump. Going to try and go to the inside or around him. Ford and Agent are now side by side.
Ford is just desperately trying to close that gap, but it's gonna be really tough. These two have been going back and forth for a while now.
Here comes Ford on turns 6 and 7. He's been pretty good on those corners. He's there. He just can't get around Agent, though.
It's incredibly tough to pass in this part. But here is probably the opportunity to do it.
Anthony is sitting around 13 seconds behind Kimi, the third place car. And has just been kind of sitting by himself for a lot of this race. And in the only way I could imagine Anthony winning is if all the top 3 wrecks. You gotta be really lucky to do something crazy like that, though.
Yep. Down the back straightaway.
Ford, he's got a lot of speed on turn 5.
He does, but this is going to be very, very difficult. He has to be extremely careful when trying to overtake right here.
Agent still leads with just 16 laps to go. Oh, and here comes Ford. Went onto the grass there, trying to make a pass. And Ford is going to take the lead with just 15 laps to go in the race now. Man. But Agent, is he going to respond? Through turn 1, Agent.
Kimmy is in the pits.
Good corner. Yeah, Kimmy's pitting. I forgot about pit strategy.
Pit strategy.
Is that going to play a factor?
Oh, what's going to be a big factor is Kimmy's the first one on pit road right now.
Agent is still the leader with just 15 laps to go going into turn 5.
Now here comes Prime in the pits. Here we go on the front straightaway. Ford is now gapping Agent huge. Okay. So right now it is just going to be me for a second. Napa is now in the pits. If you look, hopefully he's going to be able to repair that nose damage. Let's see, is there anyone else taking Agent and
All right.
Ford are going to have to pit soon. They just got to face it. So right now I bet they are both hoping, just praying for a caution.
I feel like one of them's waiting for the other to pit.
Definitely. It's just a battle of attrition at this point.
Right now, Ford is still the leader. I'm not sure what his tire wear is or where his fuel is at. These drivers, they could just go the whole distance if they really wanted to. It's risky. But right now, it's just Ford who is up at the front again, trying to beat the champion for the race win and for the last time this season. Final corner. Ford will get a good exit. Will they come back down pit road?
So Ford was the one who broke first. Looks like Agent is if I were to guess, might be pitting within the next 2 laps or so.
Well, any of the cars that pit before him, will they overtake him?
Ford apparently messed up his pit entry.
Uh-oh. I think he might have lost this race.
That might have just been it.
I think he just got passed by Anthony and Kimmy there.
I saw that. We might have another agent domination session.
Only question is Ford fast enough that he could overtake Kimmy and Anthony? Anthony is not one of the faster drivers here, but Ford, he's one of, if not the fastest driver here.
Agent now into the pits.
Oh, Ford, he hit the wall there on turn 6. I think he's starting to crack.
So our new leader, I think, is going to be
Anthony?
Anthony,
There's no
I think.
way. Oh my goodness.
And he leads right now. Or does he? Yep, he does.
What a turn of events.
Anthony could possibly score his first career win here at Surfers Paradise.
But look at Ford, Agent, and Kimmy. There's 11 laps to go, and Anton, the fastest driver, it's undoubtedly Agent and Ford. They're not that far behind. He's definitely within view of them. Does Anthony have enough time?
Wants to hold him off for as much as possible.
They're getting ever so closer. I don't think Anthony has the speed compared to these other 3 drivers.
Goes through the grass.
Oh, and
right
Anthony
now.
cuts the grass. Oh, and Agent gets sideways. Kimmy with the momentum. He'll clear Ford for second. 10 laps to go. No, 11. Yeah, 10 laps to go in this race. Can you believe it?
Good Anthony hold. It'll take a lot, but I think he might be able to do it.
They are just duking it out there, the 2nd to 4th place drivers. They have the speed to catch Anthony, but none of them are giving each other any room. Again, Anthony is pretty slow, so there is a chance for one of these drivers behind him to take the win for themselves, possibly. Or Anthony
looks to be closing.
Yeah. Here they come. They're getting a little closer to Anthony. They're trying their best.
Heading onto the front straight.
They're in drafting distance at least. Anthony is still the leader. Oh, and Anthony crashes!
Big crash! That's going to be a
damage.
yellow.
No, he didn't take...
That might just be his race.
Oh, no!
Big
The
crash
leader
here.
crashed. I do not understand how he didn't take any severe damage there. That was an uncomfortable angle for him to hit. And now it's right back to where we were before this pit cycle. It's now an Agent versus Ford. Agent, he
big
took
crash.
the corner.
No damage on him either.
Ford trying to pull away. He's got all the room he needs. He's the fastest car this whole race. He is still the pole winner, and he is showing
Anthony was damaged.
To be the winner.
Anthony has damage now.
Lost the front wing. They're going to have to clear the debris off of the track. And Ford is your new leader with a huge gap from Agent and Kimmy with just 8 laps to go. What a turn of events.
Might just have found our winner.
Maybe. Agent has another bad corner. That'll give Kimmy the 2nd spot. Maybe. Trying to clear him. They're side by side off of turn 1. There's no caution.
It's like Ford is has a huge lead.
Just might have won this race if he can just keep his car in one piece and navigate the corners. Praying that there's no caution.
Anthony's around. Did he just respawn his car?
Uh-oh. There could have been a crash. I'm not sure what happened to him. Prime just passed him.
Is that going to be a yellow?
Oh, he respawned from his wing damage. Okay, we're good. Seven laps to go. And Agent, the champion, and Kimmy, the most popular driver, are trying to reel in quite possibly the best driver of this entire race, who's done a lot to try and show that he deserves to be the winner of this race and to show that he also deserves to be a future champion of this series as well.
I think he has what it takes.
He's definitely showing his got what it takes. And an Agent has lost his left rear.
That's going to be a caution. Not at all what Ford wanted to see.
That'll put Agent the second fastest car to the back, though, and another victim has been claimed on turn 7. Yeah, Agent will have to serve a drive-through penalty, and Ford, well, it's unfortunate for him, I gotta say. That'll put Kimmy right behind him. But Ford, he's got the speed and he's sitting on the front row. What row he's on doesn't even matter that much. We saw what he did on the previous restart, or one of the restarts, where he charged from last to first in just a matter of one lap, so...
Is now our 10th caution with 6 to go.
10 cautions! Woo! Oh. What a wreck fest.
But I will say this battle has definitely improved the race a lot.
Yeah. This is our longest green flag run, I believe. We finally did it. We got some green flag racing. It only took, like, half the race to finally get it done. To finally put on a good show for the fans here who have been sitting in the pouring rain for the entire race.
Definitely. I think it's become a better race. It's become a way better race. There's napping right there. Not the best place to do that.
Agent sitting in the back. The champion must be pretty frustrated right now. All right. Pits are now open, I believe. We'll see if there are any takers.
Any takers right now?
Will the leader come down the pits?
And
He's gonna do it, and
I think everyone's
gonna
going.
do it. Everyone's taking the pits. This might also be Agent's drive-through penalty.
No, he's not going to get one.
Nope. All right. Just checking. We know how good Ford has been during pit sessions. And Ford, he'll get it done once again.
So We got, what, 5 to go here at Surfers Paradise.
I'm not sure what Napa just hit to make his car launch up in the air. That was a little strange. Are we green this time? I'm not sure if we are green.
Green this time.
All right.
We are.
Man, is anyone else getting goosebumps right now? 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go at Surfers Paradise. Ford is the leader. Agent in 4th. And Kimi is now in last. Did not have a good pit stop. Oh boy.
Like they're going over the bumps right there.
Napa, who showed speed early on, is in 2nd. Kenny Rock speed Ford has. Off of the final corner, the field in double file.
Waiting for the call.
He's waiting. Green flag.
Green.
Oh, and
just
Napa
5
gets
to
sideways.
go.
4 to go.
Ford with that lead right there. This is going to make everything super interesting.
Agent is right there. Here they come off of turn 1.
Everyone makes it out clean.
Right now it's anyone's game.
This Agent looking to take a defensive line down into turn 5.
What's Ford going to do here on turn 5? It's giving a little bump to Agent.
Here they go. There's the tricky corner.
Agent trying to pull away from Ford. Just when Ford thought he had this race locked up, Agent makes a mistake on turn 7, brings out the caution, and that could be what gives him the win here. Slowly trying to pull away from Ford.
Here we go back into turn 1. Agent with Ford is closing right here. Could he potentially pass? Nope.
No. It might seem like it when they get on the first corner. But really, that's not the case. Just 3 laps to go in the race.
Here we go down into
off of turn 7.
Off turn 7 into the final turn.
Off of turn 9.
Here we go. Can Ford do it? There's about to be 2 laps to go. Forgive me if I'm not like if I sound. Trust me, I'm not bored. I'm just a little tired.
Yeah. Stay tuned, everybody. This is going to be crazy. Ford is chasing down Agent. Slowly gaining on him. Does Ford have the momentum to win here? He's almost there with Agent. So is Kimi. Kimi is also in the mix. Ford slowly gaining.
Down into turn 5.
He's right there. Ford is there.
And overtakes.
Through turn
almost
6
does
and 7.
I think he's going to do it. Yep, he does.
Yeah. Agent went into the wall there. Agent going to try and pass Ford. He'll do it. Agent just squeezed Ford in there. Oh, and they made contact.
Into the wall.
Kimmy's now into the mix. Agent's trying to pull away.
They're going to be coming to the white flag here. Here we are, white flag.
For the final time this season.
The final time of 2015.
Agent, the champion of the series, locked it up last race, currently leading. Here comes Kimmy with the bump. Napa's also into the picture.
Kimmy looks like he's going to try to close.
They are right next to each other, that top 3. Can Ford get around them?
Single
Going
file.
into turn 5.
Here comes
Ford
Ford.
with a huge run.
They're
3 wide. Ford with the pass. He takes the lead. Through turn 6 and 7. Agent with a great exit. He's pulling away from Agent. Ford with the leader through the final corners of the final race. Ford will make the corner down the front straightaway.
I think he might have it.
He's going to lock it up. Agent cannot do anything about it. Ford is going to win for the final time this season here at Surfers Paradise.
Exceptional. It's great to watch.
Wow. What a battle at the end.
Agent is now officially your 2015 Verizon IndyCar Series champion.
And Ford is your winner, and what a great performance by him. He drove the wheels off of that machine. Oh man, an Agent, the series champion, will come up just short. Definitely not what he wanted.
But after how far he's come. Well, I have to go right now, but it has been I've had just an amazing time commentating here with you in the booth. And thank you to C Sports for giving me this opportunity. I will be back with you all next season as the head commentator for the 2016 IndyCar Series. So thank you to Gene for giving me this chance. I'll see you all next time. Till we meet again, guys.
And what a finish. Ford will get to celebrate here at the start-finish line. Agent and Kimmy here to congratulate him. What a finish. The champion and the most popular driver. Yeah, everyone's coming in to congratulate him. Napa and Anthony. Well, what a finish. I'm glad I got to commentate the final race here on C Sports, and if this is my final race I get to commentate, I'm glad I got to do so. This was a great season, and a great finish too. We will get some drivers in here. I'm sure some people have a lot to say, and here he is. Here he is, Ford, your race winner of the finale. You drove the wheels off of this machine. I can't say it enough. You did a lot today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I just want to say, just so happy to win today after the heartbreak yesterday. We were racing at Bristol, but today I feel like everything just fell in place. I mean, with about 10 laps to go or 13 to go, made my pit stop and I missed my stall 2 different times. And then I came out behind Kimmy, and then Agent came, and we were having a three-way battle for the win. That was going to be so epic. And then the caution came out, decided to come down for reds. And I knew I had a fast car, but on that final lap, before the race, I was picturing it like us going like 3 wide on the backstretch for the win. And then we go 3 wide into that left-hander, and I get the run on the outside, didn't look back. I just want to thank everybody for today's win. All my teammates. It was such a fun race, and I'm happy that I got my contract extended for next season. And yeah.
On one restart, under caution, you hit the pit wall entering the pits, and you got a to the back penalty. On the restart, you restarted last, but made your way up to the front with just a lot of finesse and classiness. Just how did you do that?
Well, I hit the pit wall because my for like the last like 30 laps of the race, or like for like half of the race, my left eye was like super like watery and stuff. I was trying to get all the. It was just really hard. So like, and I ended up hitting the pit wall. I wasn't paying attention, so I knew the restarts double file. It just made it so much easier to gain positions, and all day, turn 1 was like my kryptonite. Like, it was so bad for me. But yeah, I had a lot of fun though, actually. Like, I'm so glad just because like this season for me, like I joined really late, but like this season has been like all about consistency. Like I haven't finished outside like the top 5 once, and I haven't DNF'd all season. I had a shunt earlier in the race, and where I hit Kimmy's wing because I didn't even see it, and I took out Fearless, which is not. I really didn't want to do that, but at least I was able to win it for them.
Well, I mean, the race just speaks for itself. Congratulations on your victory here.
Yeah, converted the pole to a win, so let's go.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what you do next season, man. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think with this win, I know I'm at least probably gonna move like 1 position in the championship, hopefully, so all around like just a W day.
All right. Well, a great victory by Ford. Can we get the second place finisher in here now, or is he busy? I think Agent is busy. We could try and get somebody else in here. We could try and get Kimmy, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay. For now, we will interview Kimmy because it looks like Agent is busy. Well, Kimmy, you finished a solid 3rd place. You got a podium. Well, it just seemed like Ford and Agent had the faster cars during the closing half of the race. Can you take us through that?
Yeah, so it was a good race. I tried my best. Man, that one stint I had where I was on like really old reds compared to everybody else, I was pushing my life out. I couldn't even believe I was doing what I was doing on the racetrack, but it was just like a really good race in my opinion. But I tried my best. I wanted to at least get 1 win, man. Like I know I won Auto Club, but I don't really count that. But it's all right. I'm gonna try next season. And yeah, it was just a really tough race. We had people getting stuck on curves, people like hitting the wall. It was just crazy racing out there in the rain. I saw a lightning strike. I'm surprised that the race director almost didn't call the race off because people were about to get struck by lightning. But I guess we pulled through, and Mother Nature, gave us we survived Mother Nature. So yeah, that's all I can really say about this race.
Yeah, I mentioned to Ford that one pit session where he hit the pit wall. For a moment, just when it seemed like the race was about to end, you were the leader. What were you thinking when that was happening?
I didn't even realize the race was gonna probably end, man. But I was just hoping for the best, I mean, these were treacherous, and it was just not a lot I could do. I mean, I knew they had the faster car, and for that to end right there, I mean, it would have been pretty cool, but it wasn't meant to be. So.
All right. Well, you ran a hard race, and I'm also looking forward to what you will be doing next season as well. You're pretty popular. You're literally the most popular driver in the series, so I'm sure you'll bring a lot to the series next season, and I'm sure a lot of fans are looking forward to that as well. So congratulations on your podium finish. Just wasn't meant to be, but you still put on a great showing. Congratulations, Kimmy.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, let's get our second place finisher in here and our official series champion agent. It will be our final interview of the day. So sorry to everybody else who is in the voice chat. Well, agent, you had just about the same speed and talent as Ford. But in the end, after a 3-wide move, you came up just short. How are you feeling?
I'm a little bummed about the last lap move, but I feel pretty happy. Obviously, I locked up the championship at Laguna, so today was just kind of going around for having fun, which I think is what we did. It was a great race. Big shout out to Ford. He raced me clean all race, and a very deserving winner. So, congrats on Ford, and I'm, a little bummed I didn't win, but happy with second place.
Yeah, you showed up pretty late to the race, around lap 7, I believe. I'm not sure if you showed up to qualify, and I don't think you even showed up to final practice at all. How were you feeling when the race first started? Because I'm a little curious about that. You didn't have the practice compared to everybody else, yet you still put on a great showing today.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of practice in the middle of the week for a dry track, but obviously it's just crazy and it's showing up and it's pouring down rain the entire race, and you just got to adapt quickly. And I think that's kind of what we were able to do all season, and I think that's why we came away at the end. So it was really just adapting quickly, and it was a fun race. A big curveball with the weather.
All right. And that pit strategy at the end, Ford messed up his pit stop, but you succeeded in your pit stop. And I mean, I'm just kind of wondering also, did you think when Anthony was leading for those few laps, did you think you might have had that chance to win even with Ford and Kimmy on your tail?
I mean, I felt like I had a chance to win up until the exit of the final corner. I never let go of that feeling like I had a chance to win the whole race since I was on the lead lap. So, I mean, I know that's what made it fun, because I know Ford felt the same way and he raced me amazingly, and the same for Kimmy. We had a great race. Even Napa at the end was getting with us. So, it was just great racing because everyone thought they had a chance to win and they raced each other clean.
Yeah, and one last thing. On our final caution, you messed up turn 7 and hit the outside wall and lost your left rear. Just when you were trying to catch up to Ford, how are you feeling about that?
I mean, we saw from other drivers, it happened probably 5 times throughout the race from other drivers. So it was an easy mistake to make. And at that point of the circuit, you can lose or gain so much time. Because that's the only part of the circuit where the draft doesn't make a difference. So that's where the difference in the lap time is carrying more speed through there. So I was just pushing, trying to cut through the Ford, and I overstepped it a little bit and hit the wall, lost a tire. So, yeah.
All right. Well, Agent, congratulations on your series title, and congratulations on your second place podium finish. We look forward to your dominance again next season. Have a good time.
Thanks so much.
Well, with that, this concludes our 2015 Verizon IndyCar Series season. we thank you, all the viewers watching at home, for staying tuned and watching this season. It was a fun ride, and I couldn't have asked for anything different. We ended on a great note, and I'm just excited for what next season will bring to this team. And yeah, we will be back for Bubble Speedworld on C Sports. I couldn't thank the team enough for doing what they do. I want to thank Gene for putting all these races on. This was great. Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope you had a great time. Stay tuned for next season. I am your host, The Real Max Danger.